All right, so welcome again to Military Guna TV. Thank you guys for joining me, and I want to talk about Jamal Lowe because there's so much mixed information going around, and I honestly don't know what to believe. No stories and reports coming out that Jamal Lowe was left out of the squad deliberately, and that's the biggest information going around right now. So people, remember to smash the like button, subscribe to the Military Guna channel, and thank you very much for your continued support. I really do appreciate it. So today we're going to speak about Jamal Lowe. People, the Jamal Lowe situation is one in which there's a lot of hush hush about it, but no one is giving any clear, concise information about it. So my question is, what is the situation with Jamal Lowe? Why wasn't Jamal Lowe in the squad? First of all, we heard on TVJ News the previous night before the squad was released, we heard it on the news station that Jamal Lowe will be in the squad. Okay, so on the given day in which the squad was to be announced, we heard a lot of so many vloggers and YouTubers also mentioned Jamal Lowe. The guys that said that they saw the squad and have the information about the squad. Jamal Lowe was included in the squad. Then no, when the team was released, there was no Jamal Lowe. So people said that, or some of the members said that the Jamal Lowe situation is actually one in which he was deliberately left out of the squad, that he couldn't make the cut. And so there was an uprise over the social media stratosphere about the Jamal Lowe situation, especially on Instagram and also Twitter. A massive uproar about the situation, stating that why would you leave out a player of that caliber, of that class and talent, in retrospect to some of the players that we're bringing. We're not saying that the players are not good, but just saying that Jamal Lowe is actually of a higher caliber, of a higher talent than the players that were selected. Now, it seems as if Mr. Theodore Whitmore was the one who made this decision. All fingers were literally being pointed to Mr. Theodore Whitmore when it boils down to this decision. And I am here to ask the question: is it Mr. Whitmore the one that did not select some of these players, or some of these players just see fit to not come based off their personal reasons or whatever reason they want to show? No. I do believe that some of the situations, some of the times, we are really harsh and aggressive towards Mr. Whitmore in how we construct himself and how we carry about his duties as the head coach of the footballing club. So most of the time, he would be the one who fingers are pointed to. And as I said, the biggest ideal of what is happening was pointing towards Mr. Whitmore, and they were saying, why didn't you? Everyone was saying, why didn't you bring Jamal Lowe? And then no so-called credible people are saying that they didn't, Jamal Lowe was not in the squad based off the selection process by Mr. Whitmore. He was the one who chose not to put Jamal Lowe in the squad, and he was available. And I quote again, credible, because that is the word that I guess these guys use to hide the information that they don't know. But in the same sense, I'm going to show you guys something. It's a bit contradicting to what what's going around. So it's not something that how should I put it now? It is highlighting that some things that happen with the squad are totally out of Whitmore's control. When you look at it, some of these players have their own personal reasoning to what they want to do. So Mr. Whitmore is the one who is likely to always get the blame for anything that happens in and around the football team. So let me quote unquote something that was said. So Mr. Whitmore, this that I'm showing right here, it said that if he says it's not coming, should I bring him on my back here? No, no, think about it. So the people that the credible people that is saying that Jamal Lowe was not picked because Jamal Lowe was not in the squad because Mr. Whitmore didn't pick him, who is insinuating that. The credible people who is insinuating that. You can clearly see right here that Mr. Whitmore made contact and the player just didn't want to come for whatever reason. And you can see a bit of frustration in the comment, in the reply from Mr. Whitmore. You could definitely see a bit of frustration in it. And straight off the bat, he said, if the player said he don't want to come, should I carry him here on my back? That is exactly that was quoted from Mr. Tapper Whitmore. So some of the time it seems as if we're really getting at Whitmore for certain things, and some of the time he does not have control over certain things. Maybe he contacted the player and the player just maybe otherwise minded with whatever club commitment he has. But this year is telling us that some of the times you have people out there that is saying that they know everything, that they are the brightest person ever walk on this planet Earth, and they know every single thing. So whatever they say is gospel and it cannot be wrong. And at the end of the day, this is the situation that we're at right now. So it seems as if it was not Mr. Whitmore's decision to leave Jamal Lowe out of the squad, but Jamal Lowe himself. Now, what does that mean for Jamal Lowe? It's going to be very difficult now if Mr. Whitmore is still at the helm of the team to select Jamal Lowe in the upcoming World Cup qualifiers, because when he needed him the most and he called upon him, he didn't turn up like Avatar. He didn't turn up. He didn't turn up. And I think that could leave a bit of bad blood. Not saying bad blood, but that could leave a bit of stench in the taste in the mouth, because we are here preparing to win a tournament, and no tournament is easy. So whatever reason, but the thing about it is that he's not the only person who withdrew from the team based off any whatever reason, because we have the like of Ethan Pinnock, who also withdrew because he is actually working to get himself solidified inside of the Brentford team. But I don't understand that one, because he's a first team member. So, but in the same sense, people, this is what we have at hand. It was not Theodore Whitmore's choice to leave Jamal Lowe out of the squad. It was solely not his choice only, because Jamal Lowe himself seems as if he had other things to deal with throughout this time period, maybe pre-season, maybe he have a few games to play that he wants to represent the club for, and maybe there's a big move ahead for him, and maybe he's trying not to risk an injury. But that's his choice, people. That's definitely his choice. But now we know that Mr. Whitmore himself and all those who are always attacking Mr. Whitmore for whatever reason, I'm one of those persons. But my attack is solely about footballing basis, not a personal agenda. And I do know people who have personal agenda, and they use the title credibility to hide their personal agenda. So people, thank you very much for tuning in. I'm not sure if you learned anything from this one. I'm not sure if you get anything from this one, but in the same sense, just as though we can question Mr. Whitmore, we should also question these players' commitment just the same. So why not question some of these players' commitment? Because at the end of the day, the ship cannot move without the sailor, and then you still need the workman and the persons on the ship to carry the ship through. So everyone has to take responsibility for their own action. So people, big up Military Guna TV people. Really, really good one. Please enjoy your day, evening, good afternoon, good morning, or whatever time period you're watching it. If you're watching on the reload, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and join this wonderful journey with the Military Guna squad. Big up, people. The Military squad, we're out.